Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for updates. I haven't made an updates video in, I think it's been a month or so, probably since there was an actual updates video. If you've been with me for a while, you know that there was some sad news in that last one. So I don't know, maybe I felt like I needed to take a break, and the weekends were filled up with other videos sometimes. Here in Oregon, the first weekend of spring break. So of course they're talking about snow tonight. I can't even believe it. It is pouring and hailing. We are just having storms like crazy. But Zeus and I are tucked in and we're gonna goof off. I'm gonna tell you what I've been working on in the craft room. I'm gonna tell you how the Foster meet went. If you missed the Bringing Back Basic Gray collaboration in March, I did do a brief updates at the end of that. So you might want to watch that, or I might just catch you up here. I don't know. But Bringing Back Basic Gray had some information. I forgot to show you this in a video. I had a bunch of stuff. Maybe it was Smash Our Stash. What were we doing? Something where we were playing with stamps. And this is a pattern, a sewing pattern, and archival ink. I have a couple of these big ones, and then I got a set of small ones for my birthday years ago. Archival ink doesn't move when it gets hit with water. So you can take this and tear off a piece of it and glue it down onto something and the blue won't smear. You can use your paintbrush, you could use a water brush, whatever. When I stamped this out, I did it in a way that maybe I'll use a big piece of it, like maybe I'll use this whole section, or maybe I'll just go in and I'll say, okay, I want to use this Count Your Rainbows. This pattern paper layers on like crazy. So every once in a while you'll see a pattern at an estate sale or in a thrift store. And on a good day, they're 25 cents. Sometimes they're $1 amount for a big bag. Try to avoid a big bag unless you're like a major crafter, because it's crazy to do the big bag. I think I did, but then maybe I donated some back. I don't know what I did. Anyway, this layers on amazingly. You can take whatever your image is and collage it on, and it's just fun. And then you can layer stuff on top of it if you want, or you can sew it on. You can do all kinds of things. You'll see tissue paper sold with patterns on it, and that's great. And you'll get inspired and you'll buy it and you might play with it, but you can make your own too. Let me show you. This stamp is one of the ones I've used for this before, and I love to do it. Just something that I forgot to show in that video. I cleaned up from Basic Gray, which we do on the 18th of the month. And then there was this big span between that and Smash That Small Pad. So I was feeling pretty confident. And instead of starting Smash That Small Pad, I worked on the counter next to me. And I looked around and I had a Ziploc bag that had these items in it, which was a hint to me of, hey, use it or lose it. And it was a Queen & Company foam shaker card. I usually get crabby making a shaker card. I'm not going to lie to you. But I thought, well, I have this kit. I love stars. So I've made the kit. I probably worked on it 3 different nights. I've been working really long days. Real life has gotten in the way of crafting and relaxing. I can finish it up maybe tonight. I don't know. I have a pizza in the oven, so we'll see how long this video goes. Or tomorrow. If you look at my inking, let me tell you what happened. When the new blue came out, prize ribbon, I got so excited I bought all the products. Most of my inks are Distress Oxides. So I took that Distress ink, went straight on in a dark color, which wasn't smart anyway. Should have started light. And then couldn't figure out why it didn't move like I expected. And it was because it wasn't an oxide. It was Distress ink. Now that being said, you can do all sorts of gorgeous layering and blending with Distress ink, but I'm heavy-handed. So I just decided to live with it because I wasn't going to throw it away. And I used up a bunch of these littles that I have because, like I said, I don't do a lot of shakers. And when I do, I usually use tulle and sew them. And you've probably seen those on the front of journals and stuff. And so little tiny things I don't necessarily use, but I used these gems and these. So I'm going to put that together, and I did congratulations on reaching your star. I was going to make it a graduation card, but then I realized graduation cards I usually make the color of the school. Here it would be yellow and green or orange and black, not so much blue. So I decided not to do that. And I foiled the rest of the stars. These were the punch out, so essentially the trash from making this kit. And I made sure that I inked the front before I punched out the stars on this part. So I have all these fun embellishments, and I'm just going to put these into my stash and use them. Maybe I'm going to put them in the beachy bin or something, because they're not quite red, white, and blue, except for maybe this one. I'm going to put them somewhere where I think they'll get used, and they're not going to go with this card. And then it just opens up like this, and it's not that exciting, and I didn't think to stamp the back, but I usually don't if it's a kit like this anyway, because I didn't design it. That card, I've been working on other different bags on the counter. This counter is just down to not very much. Some fun things that I got in Happy Mail, and a big sticker that I don't know what I'm going to do with, but I think it needs to be on one of my journals, because I'm all about the trees. And look, I still haven't finished this or done anything with it. Tea-dyed paper, just little things that have been sitting, Happy Mail stuff. So, but look how thin it is. I mean, for me, that's really good. So I feel like I could put the counter back together and move on. This section over here isn't too bad. I keep thinking I'm going to read that magazine that Kathy sent me. And, ooh, maybe I'll take that and put it on the couch with me tonight. I'm feeling kind of couchy. And then over here, mixed media is out because I got something out of it. Oh, I started this a tiny bit. This pad won for Smash That Small Pad. So last night I was like, I'm going to do something. So I sat on the couch and watched TV with Mr. Crafting and Relaxing. And I took every one of these pieces of paper apart carefully and slowly so they're ready to go. Some of you had sent me some of these in Happy Mail, and I didn't know what they came from. And I was super excited when I realized I have 6 sheets of this. Now, I don't know if I'll use the fronts on all of them, because this is kind of a cute paper too. So maybe I'll make at least one card with that and then use the back. But that's the pad. Look at that. That's going to show up in Smash That Small Pad. And I have some ideas, but I'm not going to tell you. And that's just my bin that I got out of cards. That's some stuff I took to work to make the little tents for food thing we were doing. And that's, I don't know, maybe it's going away, maybe it's not. So that is the craft room situation, and pretty much I think all I've done. I haven't done much else, but I was really trying to tidy as I went, and instead of setting a timer and only allowing myself to tidy, I said, okay, I'm going to work on something like this. One day I did set a timer for 30-minute tidy, and I spent the entire time washing and putting stamps away. And I think I had mentioned in the basic gray video that the stamps, dirty stamp pile had gotten out of control, didn't fit in the drawer. It was bad. Where's my Zoosey Goosey? Okay, friends, the pizza timer went off. But let me tell you about our Foster situation. Get your ball. Get your ball. So I was going to take him to meet a former breeding dog that needed serious socialization and care. And then Hope's Haven decided, okay, let's try something a little easier, because we weren't sure about Zeus and a dog like that. And sit, sit, sit. Good. And how that would go. So we decided to put him with a 50-pound pit bull female. Sorry, I didn't think this through because I'm moving around too much. It was terrible, you guys. This sweet little 28, look, he looks thin, like I'm starving him. 29-pound dog is a bully. He made a 50-pound pit bull cry. She was on her leash, and like 2 different times she cried. Like, why is he so mean to me? And then the rescue leader went and got her dog, which has obviously worked with tons and tons of dogs. And he tried to chase her too. So we're not sure if he's just leash reactive or if he's just, so happy being spoiled rotten. But it seems like I'm not going to be able to foster. And I was a little heartbroken. And then I thought, well, this guy lived in a shed and he deserves to be spoiled rotten, doesn't he? I think he does. Look at that face. How could you not? So at this time, we will not be fostering. I know he was very nice to Sadie, so we haven't ruled out getting a cat, but I just don't think it's going to work out. Okay, the pizza timer is going off, so I'll be right back. I'm a little bummed about not being able to help other dogs, but I think everything happens for a reason, and I will just spoil the heck out of this guy. Maybe down the road someday we will foster. It's just crazy because our backyard's all set up and I was going to make room and it just didn't work out. He's just so darn cute. And I know there might be some of you that are wondering, well, have you tried this and have you tried that? And I think the main thing to remember is if your entire goal is to keep animals safe and healthy, then you have to recognize their boundaries. And if I had one slip up with the gate or one trouble with a crate, somebody's going to get hurt. So that's what we decided. Zeus was meant to be an only, it seems. And maybe that is why he had a hard time finding a family. The interesting thing is he was an angel in his foster right before he came here. She had a little dog. They met on a leash. We asked a bunch of questions because I was trying to figure out what she did perfectly. Maybe he was just so tired and beaten, not physically, but emotionally drained that he would have gone anywhere and didn't care there was a dog there. Maybe he's so happy and spoiled rotten here that he just doesn't want to make friends. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. This weekend, with this weather we're having, I'm going to stay tucked in. I might take some days off next week. I had the week off planned, but it sort of fell apart. So maybe there will be extra videos next week. Take care of yourselves. And to those of you, I know there's a couple of you that have been going through some stuff. Your story isn't mine to share on YouTube. That's not what I should do unless you say it's okay. But just know that I'm thinking about you and I'm rooting for you, and I really hope it all turns out okay. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.